Before the Monaco Grand Prix, AlexZAfRo was spotted in a concert which did not please the Renault team. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix, guys, and I honestly don't know what happened for this race. I was really hoping this was going to be the best episode of the series so far, but then after the race, I go and look back at the playback device and it's just frozen, and I've got this feeling like I know what's just about to happen. It's not going to save this recording, and it's exactly what happened. So I pressed the stop button, I went into the video folder, and it was like this weird, I don't know what it is, basically unsaved format basically, and the software had crashed like mid-race, which I was gutted about, because even though I hadn't had a great qualifying, I qualified second to last. The start of the race was really fun on the wet or intermediate track, so I really wanted to show you guys that, but I honestly couldn't get that footage. But now, luckily, I was on the PS4. One thing I can count on is the game saving the last 15 minutes of action that we had. So I'm going to bring you guys the last couple of laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. I'm really sorry. I would love to obviously have brought you the full game race here, because honestly it was a really fun race. It was a bit of an up and down all over the place race, and obviously Monaco is the prestige race of the F1 calendar, which everyone wants to watch. So I'm really sorry, and maybe it was the partying that did it. Maybe it was the partying that was what got the playback software not working properly. Anyway, I'm blaming that. Anyway, let's get to the footage we have got. I think we've got 5 or 6 laps to go. Let's see what we can show you guys, because it was a pretty up and down race. So the footage I've got starts on lap 16 out of 20. Obviously not too much you guys are going to see from the rest of this race. I'm quite far behind Rio Haryanto, 11.5 seconds. I did actually come out the pit lane about 4 or 5 seconds behind him, but the pace on the dry tyres just wasn't there for me. And plus, the MONACO car has really been receiving lots of good upgrades. I think they're the 7th or 8th best car at the moment on the grid, so that's kind of great to see for them. But to quickly update you guys how this race has went so far, we started in intermediate conditions on the intermediate tyres, and I had a really good start. Personally, I got from 21st where I qualified up to about 15th or 16th after the first couple of corners. I made up a lot of positions there, and then also just the pace on the intermediate tyres in those conditions, it just suited me. It really did suit me. I was managing to keep up with the Force Indias. I think it's Hulkenberg who's head of Haryanto. I was keeping up with him, and I was putting a lot of pressure on him, and you know, getting to Hulkenberg, overtook his teammate Perez as well, which I think is sadly for him has got held up in this big battle behind me. But lots of stuff going on in the early part of the race there with the intermediate tyres. I was hitting the walls and all that sort of stuff, obviously getting used to the track, and I don't know, Monaco, you guys know, obviously you've watched my career modes in the past, never has been my strongest track. Maybe when we get onto the PC, maybe when we use the wheel, we might have to be, you know, might be able to get a bit more of a chance, but with the controller, you can't really react quick enough. Well, I can't really react quick enough to everything that comes up, especially with such little downforce in the Renault. And you can see we've actually got front wing damage here. So we did have a really good start to the race, and it was looking likely that we were having a chance of points if it didn't dry up. But about halfway through the race, I think it was lap 11, we decided to come into the pits. It started to dry out. Everyone came into the pits. Everyone switched over to the ultra soft tyres, and yeah, the rest is history. You can see Rio Haryanto's just going up the road. Now I've got loads of front wing damage, and I'm going really defensive here. I'm making sure people can't get past me. I'm just like, I just don't want to lose any more positions. This is just an embarrassing race so far anyway. I'll just try my best, got my fingers crossed that I don't lose any more positions so far in this race. As we head on to the last lap of this race now, you can see a massive gap to Haryanto in front, and behind we've got a whole group of cars. There was a little accident behind. I think a couple of them got caught up. Obviously they're going so much slower behind me, they were struggling. I think a couple of them made contact, and I think somebody retired from the race. I can't remember who it was now, but somebody retired from the race from battling behind me, getting really side by side through a lot of these corners when you just generally wouldn't be going side by side. But as I was going so slowly, I just couldn't go faster there, and they were ending up going side by side. So overall, I've got to say, guys, this was honestly the worst race I've had in a long time in any career mode, any race I've ever uploaded. I mean, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Obviously I was lucky to gain a few positions in the intermediate conditions, but in the dry around Monaco, I can't get a lap hooked up for some reason. Obviously when the intermediate conditions are about, it's a lot slower and I can react a little bit easier to the conditions and all that happens. But overall, guys, I was really disappointed with this race, and obviously I don't want to be showing you guys, you know, racing when I'm not doing that well, but at the end of the day, that's what the career mode is. Obviously, there are going to be ups and downs, and that is what career mode is. It's not going to be points every time. I know there's going to be a couple of people in the comment section disappointed with my driving, but I can only take, you know, lessons from it and improvements. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we've learned a lot from this weekend. The next time out, and I think it's either Azerbaijan, is it, or Montreal, one of those two, the next race, and hopefully we can take the good parts of this race, which were, you know, in the wet conditions, we were pretty decent, and hopefully if we can take that into the next couple of races and learn, maybe for next season with the wheel, hopefully we'll be a little bit better here in Monaco. Obviously this is not the performance we wanted, but there we go. There's the results at the end of the day. Hamilton won from Ricciardo and Rosberg. Massa, Vettel, Kvyat with a good performance there in 6th. Pascal Wehrlein, I told you that Mano was good, finished in 7th place there, and Rio Harriento finished 12th. Look at that gap. You know, that second sort of, and I think it was like, you know, pretty much since the footage started, I was losing so much time to Harriento because I was defending from the cars behind one. I had damage on my front wing, which is another problem, and just in general, I didn't have the pace. So I know I let a lot of people down in this race. Obviously, it should have done a lot better. I should have been challenging at least for, you know, the cars at front. I should have been battling with the Mana, surely, but it's just the way racing goes sometimes. Not always what you want, and fingers crossed, hopefully we'll bounce back in the next episode with a lot more speed, a lot more, you know, closeness to the AI. Obviously, in the races before, we've shown decent pace in comparison to the AI and Legend difficulty, especially in that Russia race where we honestly did really well. The next race in Spain was alright. I think, honestly, we learned a lot from that, but Monaco, as soon as I remembered it was next up on the calendar, I was like, oh no, I know what I'm in for here. But here we go, we have got this footage which is nice to show you, which is the contract information that somehow I managed to beat my teammate in that race, which actually gives me the #1 spot in the team now. I'm the first driver, which also gives me, I think, extra development points, R&D points. So that means hopefully now we should be improving the car a lot more, and over time that will make obviously our Renault team a decent car, and hopefully we'll be battling with the midfield much more regularly. But look at this, at the car performance at the moment, we're second worst. Sauber is the worst. Yeah, look at that. The Mana, okay, it's not the, it's the 8th best team. Okay, so, did I said 7th or 8th, didn't I? So overall, pretty decent there from the Mana, but we've just installed an upgrade here. It's just going to be developed, the chassis weight, and that hopefully should put us maybe just ahead of the Haas, so we'll jump up to maybe the 7th best car, 8th best car in the next race, hopefully, if that part gets developed for the next race. So there we go, guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it. You can see we're going ahead to the next Grand Prix, which you guys will see tomorrow. I'm really sorry once again, I keep saying it, I know people are going to comment it, but I don't want to, well, I can't really do anything. I can't go back and restart it. If I had the option, honestly, I would have gone back and restarted it just to give you guys the footage. Even if I did even worse in the race, I'd go back and restart it just to give you guys the footage, but I don't know what to do. It's really, really disappointed. This recording software, you know, everyone has its faults, but I'm looking forward to going to PC where the faults will be a lot less common, so, or hopefully completely gone. So thanks for watching. It's been Alex, I'm out of here. Goodbye. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like on the video. It's always appreciated. It helps me out grow the channel, which is always awesome. And if you are new to the channel and indeed like the content, please hit the subscribe button. It really does show that you're liking the content I'm putting out. Of course, any feedback, any ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. If you're new, remember to go and follow me on Twitter as well. Loads of new stuff going up on there as well, including possible new video ideas and stuff you want to get involved in, maybe open lobbies. Leave it all there over on Twitter. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's been Alex, I'm out here. Goodbye.